Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a good week so far. And welcome to this much needed middle of the day market update. I'm recording this video 15 minutes before the US session starts. Again, we have a New York Open. We have a US session. Yesterday was obviously Labor Day. We have some data coming out as well, right? With the ISM manufacturing PMI at 2 p.m. UTC and the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI, which is at 145 UTC. So make sure to know that those numbers could be relevant. It depends on the outcome, right? We would love to see a little bit of a slowing motion in those. But okay, so there's a lot going on. A lot of volatility today. We started the day relatively well. We got a nice spike down, as you can see right here at the start of the Asian session, and since then we had a pretty good price action to the upside. We even broke above the 7-day rolling VWAP. So what I said this morning for Bitcoin is we need to hold that level between 109.4 and 110,000, and we have been unable to do that. And if we're unable to reclaim that level somewhere during the United States session today, it's bad news, right? I mean, at the very least, we will remain stable in this stability that we've been in for the last couple of days. At the very worst, we will drop down lower. And honestly, I wanted to talk about some fundamentals here before we talk about Ethereum, XRP, and a little bit more about Bitcoin. The fundamentals are quite tricky right now, all right? Because what we're seeing is that bond yields across the world are moving up. So these are European bond yields, but also the US bond yields went up today. It's a little bit lower right now, but that's causing uncertainty. You can see the volatility index right here. You can see gold right here. All right, so these are assets that normally go up. Well, the volatility index is just more volatility, so that's normally associated with unrest. But these assets go up when there's more unrest, when there's more instability. And let me tell you one thing, if there's something that's not good at this point of time for crypto, it's instability. So again, we need to see, which is something we'll see very soon, we'll need to see how the US market reacts to this. Is this just an overreaction to something that was already going on? And is there a lot of fear right now for something that was already the case? Which is kind of the case with bond yields. I mean, bond yields have been continuously going up for the last 2 years or so. And yes, that they've made new highs right now, but is that really that much of it? Like was that already expected? Probably, right? So we'll have to see, and the volatility index needs to come down as well. If the volatility, let me keep it at that, and this is why the fundamentals in this case and how the US market views this is so important. Because if the volatility index drops down, all right, so if we get to the conclusion that it's not needed to be this fearful, we can have something like this, right? Like the beginning of August, when there was a lot of fear as well, and the volatility and it was nothing in the end, and the volatility index came down, right? And what we saw after that is that Bitcoin went for a new leg up right here. So that can happen. I mean, we've had bottom confirmations, and if Bitcoin is very relevant because again, Bitcoin is the strongest asset at this point of time, short term, and a lot of coins are looking at Bitcoin to know are just looking at Bitcoin, right? While I adjust my audio. So if Bitcoin, look, this move we had with quite a lot of volume right here is not the worst. If Bitcoin is able to reclaim 109,400 and 110,000, we can be up to 112,500 before you know it. Could be this afternoon, but we do need to do that. And if we're unable to do that, I think we will remain relatively stable. But then it is more likely that we're going to drop down lower into the week lows right here. My apologies. At 107,000, then that we see this recovery. So that's going to be most crucial for Bitcoin and therefore altcoins. When we take a look at Ethereum is actually a little bit more stable. I have a little bit more faith in ETH. I think this is going to remain stable on those time frames. XRP, same thing. I was quite bearish on XRP, but right now that's holding relatively well as well. Now, finally, like I said, most altcoins are just looking at Bitcoin and are very correlated to Bitcoin right now. If there's a couple of altcoins that I may speak about, I think Aptos was showing some nice specific momentum on its own, so that could be something to look at. I still think the Polygon breakout is something that's interesting, and if we get some sort of a deeper pullback, I think that's an opportunity. And then last but not least, what's the last coin? Yeah, I mean, no, this is a little bit too risky. But Maker, one of the biggest stablecoin issuers in the world right now, which is obviously still a very good narrative, is close to breaking out above a crucial resistance level around 1750. Keep your eyes on that level. We have not broken out yet, so it's nothing yet. But if we are able to get a breakout there, could be interesting. So that's Maker. I think on certain exchanges it's called Sky. But okay, so to end this video, let's focus on one thing. US session is starting in 8 minutes. Bitcoin needs to reclaim 109,500 and 110,000 with volume. If we're unable to do that, we're most likely going to be dropping down to 107,000 with the risk of dropping down into 105 and 104. I'll try to keep you updated on this on X. So follow me there. But for now, that's it. And that's what I think you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.